Hello everyone. Today we have Cathy Benz with us, a mindset coach who went from 20 plus years in logistics to leading a spiritual revolution. She is the founder of Divine Spirit Healing Center, building business strategy with chakra healings and AI powered coaching, and empathize and also for healers. Let's dive into her journey of transformation, intuition, and impact. Kathy, stage is all yours. Give us a bit about you for the people who don't know you.
Well, good morning, and thank you for having me on the podcast today. I'm so appreciative of how you've showed up and really helped me define my business and help me support everything that I'm doing so that I can serve my people at an even deeper depth than I already am. So, my name is Cathy Benz, and I am a guide. I'm a highly sensitive, clairvoyant, and empath. And I work with empaths, healers, and highly intuitive people who are ready for radical healing and spiritual awakening. I founded the Divine Spirit Healing Center. And really, what I'm doing here is I'm helping people remember who they truly are in their life, but also in their business and their own leadership journey. My work blends clairvoyance, quantum healing, and energy mastery. And I've created a set of very grounded coaching tools that helps change lives. I like to say, I don't just help you feel better, I help you see clearly, break free, and like fully own your magic in your life. It's very exciting.
Awesome, awesome, Kathy. And how did your journey started? Give us a bit of the background when you got started. What made you feel like this is the career I want to choose now?
Right. Well, there was like a series. I was in transportation and logistics for over 20 years, and I we founded that business. So what I like to say is that I was in board meetings during the day, and then I was in clairvoyant readings in the evening. And owning my own business taught me a lot. It taught me about structure, it taught me about leading a team, it taught me about what an entrepreneur really needs to succeed. And mindset was one of the biggest factors that I was running into constantly. A negative mindset, catastrophic thinking about, what could happen. And what I recognized is that what I was doing in the evening was fully supporting my journey as an entrepreneur. So it was like a series, I would say, soul whispers that came to me. And I think it was like, if I remember correctly, I was sitting in front of my computer late one night, and I'm working on spreadsheets in my for my business. And I just had this feeling, like this voice came to me and it says, there is more for you than this. There is something bigger for you, a bigger mission, not just helping people logistically, even though I felt it was a beautiful thing to be able to do, to be able to help people move things from here to there. But there's the transportation of the soul. Think about this, moving somebody from where they are to where they want to be, helping them get on their path. And what happens when people get on their path? They have better health, they're happier, they are in their relationship more fully, they're in their business more fully. They just show up with all the light of their soul. And so I'm doing these spreadsheets, and this voice is telling me there's more for you, go deeper. And that was sort of the thread that I followed, that brought me to coaching entrepreneurs, bringing my business acumen, and coalescing it with my spiritual acumen and bringing that into the world. And it has been the greatest journey an entrepreneur can take.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing your backstory, Kathy. And I have had a few chat here and there with you. And I personally have felt great and deeper understanding of what you have gone through and what has been your journey, right? And I know you're not the one who is just saying out loud. You have gone through that journey by yourself, and now you're serving the people. Tell me one thing for the people watching this. How did your friends and colleagues reacted to this transition when they saw you going from, this going from the business world to, you know, this serving other people in the spirituality world?
It's kind of interesting because, when I first started this spiritual journey, it was before Reiki had come into the collective consciousness. It was a very different time in terms of how people viewed spirituality. If you were either part of an organized a theoretical, like, religious organization, or you were not on the right path. And so there was a lot of judgment about it. But slowly in the background, as the spiritual awakening has occurred, instead of having to be sort of this closet psychic, right, where I was, like I said, at night I was a clairvoyant, in the day I was in business. So it has been slowly changing, and I've been able to personally witness the awakening of the consciousness of the world, right? So back then, if I people would pull away, there were like whispers, there was raised eyebrows. It was just something that we didn't really talk about in polite company, as they say. But now when I say I'm an intuitive entrepreneurial coach, people lean in. There's a different feeling in the air today, something I really never expected, but I'm so excited that it's here because I'm helping entrepreneurs like integrate who they are into what they do. And now people are coming to me if I'm in a networking event, and these things are usually pretty button up, and I say I'm using my intuition to help guide you through a deeper walk with yourself. And what is your why are you doing what you're doing? Let's start with that. Let's check your mindset and make sure that it's aligned. This is exciting people now. So I've been excited to watch this huge transition. It's absolutely miraculous.
Very, very interesting. Even, for people to believe, now people are very much open to knowing more and they are excited about it, right? But how do you deal with the people who say, I don't believe in this energy work or meditation and stuff? How do you, come up with them and give them answer and make them understand it deeper?
Well, what's nice about this is now that I've integrated AI, I think in a way that hasn't been done. And this is why this is cutting edge. We are in the middle of a revolution. It's the information revolution. And when we're taking deep spiritual wisdom that has been around for millennia, and we're combining that with an internal experience of it, because spirituality isn't out there. Spirituality is, how aligned do I feel with myself, and how is that translating into my everyday life? So when we bring it from that perspective, I'm going to meet you where you're at with your beliefs, whatever they are. We can integrate that with this deep spiritual wisdom. We can take that, and I can give you tools that work for everybody. Sitting in If you don't like meditation, let's sit with our quiet contemplation. Let's sit and journal. Let's think about who we are and how we got here and where we want to be. It's it's not really about this set belief, it's about my experience, right? So people really connect with, I need help. That's it. They say, I need help. I'm stuck. Can you get me? All they're really worried about in the end is, can you get me from this side of the river, right? And are you the one that can bring me to the other side of the river? Because I cannot do it on my own. And when I'm integrating AI, I'm able to go through every single interaction that I have with a client, and we can do analyses on it. We can look at what's your internal family system, what is your communication style, what is your personality traits. And I have this very unique ability to bring everything up and out and to really lay it out on the table in a way that's extremely compassionate to people so they feel seen, they feel supported. And then we take that and we can run many, many, many different, depending on what the client is looking for, we can come up with strategies, solutions, individualized support in a way that just hasn't been available before. To me, this is the most exciting time I have ever seen on this planet. This is, I'm getting excited, sorry. This is like a revolution in I think counseling and the support that we can offer people when we open up to this new world that wasn't here a year ago.
Mm. Yeah, totally. Like I'm feeling speechless right now, you know. So you are dealing with sensitive souls, right? And
Mhm,
empaths as well, right? So
mhm.
has this been your journey as well? You have been very sensitive before, and then you got started at it. So how did it went from that side?
Well, okay, so being an entrepreneur and being an empath usually isn't something that goes together very well. We see a lot of people who are not empathic do extremely well in business. And they have the ability to, what they do is they have the ability to ask for what they need. They have the ability to close the sale. But on when we are dealing with empathic people, what ends up happening is that we're people pleasers. We tend not
Yeah.
to believe in ourselves, right? We tend to shrink when it comes to closing the deal. Or what we have to understand is, and this was me as an empath, I was always giving away too much. And it really kind of took a longer time for me to find prosperity in entrepreneurship because I was always giving too much without recognizing my own value, right? And what we're offering to people, they're here because they need this service. They need help or they need whatever it is that we supply. And if we don't believe in it, right? If we don't believe in our own value and that we can actually assist somebody on their journey, then we're going to shrink and not put our light out into the world. Think about what we're doing. We are receiving um creation energy all the time, and we've got to give this back out into the world. And this is what I'm teaching people how to do. So this was my journey of learning that what I'm doing is extremely valuable. It is needed. And if I pull back and don't give it out into the world, I'm actually stopping my blessings. I'm stopping my own blessings, and I'm stopping the blessings of the people that I could be helping. So that was my journey, and it took longer than I wish it had, right? To understand that. So what am I doing? I'm showing up and I'm collapsing time. Think about that for the people that I'm assisting. You don't want to take 5 years of therapy to get to where you want to be. You want to do it in 3 months. You want to do it in 6 months. The time is our biggest commodity. Time is what cannot be repaid to us. So when we get the right help, and it took me a long time to get here, and this is why I'm so passionate about helping other people get here faster.
And how are you blending the traditional business experience because you have spent 20 plus years in that business, right? So how are you trending and blending that business experience deeper into spiritual tools in your coaching programs? Give us a bit about that internal coaching programs as well.
Right. So what I'm doing is I'm doing like full energetic assessments. And so I can go anywhere. I can kind of meet people where they're at. So some people are very goal oriented. They, I will look at what it is that they're really looking to achieve in their life, right? Or in their business or in their relationships or in their personal healing, and I can give them a set of tools that are very gentle, that don't take up very much time out of their day. It could be meditation, like I said, contemplation, it could be journaling, but all the answers that people need are within them. If we're looking for inspiration for a business venture, we need to sit and just ask and ask in a meditative space. We may take an hour just asking, what's my divine inspiration? What is in alignment with the flow of the universe? We're not trying to push the universe around to please us, right? We are trying to show up and be receptive to the gifts that are already out there in the world, to the blessings that are already out there in the world. And we just need to be the container that's ready to receive that. So I think when you say, how do I blend what I do? Everything is about going inside, everything is about getting more clarity. And each individual person has a different journey of what's going to be the most effective for them. And so I'm like the analyst that looks at the client, and I'm able to say, okay, this is really going to be, we need to go through an hour a day of meditation, or we just need to be super gentle and get some clarity and do some journal prompts. So it's my intuition with my tools that I have. You blend those together, and we can come up with some very, I think, effective and profound ways to just get you across that river. It's not brain science, it's just help you get across the river.
And is it like flowing with the river, I'll say, rather than going on the opposite direction? When you talk about going with the flow of energies, you just need to look at them and go with the same flow rather than just opposing and going on the opposite direction.
Yeah, think about this. There's already a plan for us. There's already energy welling up. And would you rather be surfing? Would you rather be on a surfboard surfing and going with the wave that's arising? And this is the way the world works. There's waves that are arising, and then there are waves that are leaving. And we're trying a lot of times in business, and this is how I was taught. Okay, I went to business school. I graduated with a, Bachelor of Science in business administration, so and marketing, right? And we were always taught back then, way back when, to create the wave. You want to create something within somebody. Like there is no lack, but let me create lack in them. Think about that. And now the new way of thinking about it is, if there is something arising within the collective consciousness, we just jump on that wave and we're responding to what already is. But I don't have to create a wave. That takes tremendous amount of energy that is going to exhaust me. I just need to understand what are the trends. And now we have business tools. We have Google Insights that can tell us exactly what people are talking about, exactly what people need. And we just have to respond to that with whatever individual plan, or I think I would even say it's not really a plan, but whatever individual brilliance that we're bringing out into the world, is the solution for the people that are needing it.
Talking about Google Analytics and attaching it with the spirituality, I'm really curious to know how you're using AI tools, right? And I know you're using it, so you're using AI in a unique way. Tell us about how it fits into healing and clients transformation.
What we're looking at, and this is what's really beautiful. is that if I'm working with a client over a period of time, there may be things that me as an individual miss. I may, at the beginning of our conversation, we could be talking about something very, very important that happened to them. And then six sessions later, it comes up again, but in a different form. When we're using, this is just amazing to have this, I'm working with it like, um, it kind of reflects. I'm using AI as a mirror, and when we use it consciously, it kind of amplifies the information that's already there. So I'm using it to track the trends so that we can really assess, where were you when we started? What are you still experiencing? What do you need to work on? What are the themes that keep arising within the challenges that you're facing in your life? And as a one human consciousness, it's hard to we just have a limited amount of what we can actually track, which is why using AI comes in and helps you know exactly where you were, exactly where you are, and to be able to do deeper analysis within that can get you where you want to be even faster.
Hmm, totally understandable. And I think AI is a great tool if you are using it consciously, right?
Yes.
You will be able to get great results out of it. Rather
Yeah.
than running away from it, we should be going, near to it and look, how can I help? How can I use it better to make my life easier? Kathy, you are running great programs. I want you to share with us, how does a 6 month coaching journey with you looks like?
Right. So, what I do is I do a full energetic assessment. So, we're going to be looking at what are the themes that you're working on? What are your unconscious blocks? What kinds of experiences have you had in the past that have caused any sort of trauma within your system? I work with internal family systems. I do eye movement therapy. I do a lot of and then energy works, past lives, soul contracts, uh, meditation, like quantum meditation, where you really start to move the energies through your system to get everything loosened up so you can release it. But then after we've done all of that, we create personalized growth maps for each individual client. And so this becomes the compass for our work. What are your goals? What have you put in that you want to achieve? Where do you want to be? And then we can map out using AI that specifically targets and analyzes everything that's happening, or where your growth is, and we can actually track where you are in that progress. So, with that, it's usually 3 to 6 months. And in the 3 month program, we just meet every single week for like an hour and a half. So you're getting 90 minutes of face to face time. And in that, the reason why we have to do 90 minutes is because when we go into like, like an internal family system, when we find something. And this is what I hear a lot with people who do traditional therapy. They get 50 minutes with their person, right? 50 minutes, it's just enough to bring up what the issue is, but it's not enough time to actually go in and unpack it and do the deeper work. So I'll bring people very deep into, let's say, the shadow self, into their experiences that cause the problem today. I cannot do that with you in 50 minutes. I need this hour and a half. And with that, we can like get you where you want to be, make sure that you leave with a plan, that you have these deep understandings of what is not working for you, and then guide you through the process to move forward.
That sounds like an amazing journey. It's not going to be the program. I feel it's going to be a journey where people will
Yes.
start different. And I've been inside, different programs like this so I can understand how transformational it can be if you just open up, if you're just open yourself to receiving things, right? And just
Mhm.
keep yourself with open hands.
Right.
Kathy, I have a marketing question now. What has been
Okay.
your biggest challenge marketing your spiritual services to the modern audience? Because some people have a totally different mindset of
Mm.
accepting these facts, right? So what has been your biggest challenge, I'll say?
Well, one of the things that I've noticed is that I recognize that people are really craving depth. They want something, they want to go deeper. They want real answers that are grounded. One of the things I do is I take very big, broad spiritual concepts and I ground them down uh, into reality. How does this big concept of oneness, for instance, how does that translate to my life, who I am, and what I'm working on? And I think what's happened is that they've really been burned by fluff, this fluffy spiritual language with no depth whatsoever. And so the biggest challenge is standing out without dumbing down what I do. I don't want to water down the magic that I'm bringing into the world just to be palatable. I really want to wake people up. And my audience doesn't want cute, they want breakthroughs. And so what I do is I focus on the results, I focus on resonance, and I focus on raw truth. And I just put it out there into the world. And that's how I cut through the noise of marketing is I'm real, I'm raw, I'm deep, and those who are attracted to that, think about this because we're all trying to just attract as many people as possible. This is many entrepreneurs. Let's just throw that wide net out there. But when you cut in and you are brave in your marketing and you say exactly what it is you do, without trying to like make it acceptable and palatable and watered down and cutesy. No, that's you want to push away the people that don't resonate with your message. Just let them go because the few people who do and the people who do are going to become your wild fans, right? They're going to become your biggest fans who are going to tell everybody about you because let's be real, if we're not authentic, eventually people are going to understand that you are not walking your walk and that you don't have the kind of you're not who they're really looking for because you didn't put yourself out there authentically. So
Yeah,
be authentic and be brave.
yeah. 100% agreed. 100% agreed. Kathy, how do you personally stay grounded in, and clear, I'll say, in such an energetic, intense space?
Well, grounding is the first tool that I teach everybody. Grounding is the first thing we do every single day. And what does grounded mean? It means that you are bringing who you really are into the present moment and you're showing up 100% authentically. But this, when we're grounded, this is the beautiful thing. And here's the little secret. When we're grounded, we are not our ego, right? We are not the persona. When we're really truly grounded, we are this beautiful, expansive, higher self that is showing up. This higher self does not require everybody to like it. This higher self is just sitting in presence. So when I'm teaching, when I'm showing up to my classes, when I'm showing up to my counseling, my healing sessions and my clients, I just show up fully as myself. I'm allowing the divine to take care of as much as possible. I'm allowing this person in front of me to have their breakdown if they need to. And I'm sitting in presence because what do my clients need from me? They don't need me to be their friend. They don't need me to drop down into their pain and to fight the fight of against in the world, right? They need me to be the one that sits in that higher space and to help them to come right back up to their to their own presence. So being grounded is exactly the way that I stay grounded.
Makes sense. I have two more questions, Kathy, coming on
Mhm.
your way. They're the last two
Sure.
questions. What's the next divine spiritual healing center, right, in 2025?
Say that one more time.
What's next for Divine Spirit Healing Center in 2025? What's going
So
to happen? How are you
I'm
planning your whole year?
I have got so much coming up. I'm super excited. I'm like right now, I just tapped into this wealth of like divine inspiration. And why? Because I sat with it. I sat with it a couple of weeks ago and I just started asking, what is next for me? What is next for me? What is next for me? And then this waterfall came through. So, um, I I have so much going on. It's crazy, but I'm gonna try to bring it down to a few things. First of all, I teach chakra healing and upgrade and quantum meditation. Now, this is something I've actually been teaching for over like 15 years in the form that it is. So, chakra healing is we teach all the tools. How do I ground? How do I replenish? How do I protect my energy? How do I open up my chakras and how do I upgrade them to the crystalline frequency? Life on this planet is changing. We can look at the Schumann resonance. We know that everybody's waking up. Chakra healing, upgrading to higher frequencies makes your container hold more light so that you can receive more abundance and blessings, clarity, and prosperity. So that's going to be coming up in August. I'm going to be doing another live class in August. It's 8 week session. The other thing that's coming up that I'm super excited about is I just created this new program called Sacred Sobriety. Sacred sobriety is this space of what is it that I'm addicted to? Is it overthinking? Is it a substance? Is it something that is anything that is hurting me? It's a 40-day program of sacred sobriety, 40-day program of meditations, journaling, sobriety tracker from whatever it is that you're trying to release yourself from because all of that addictions and habits that we have are actually just pain within us trying to arise and be processed through. And that's what this program helps you with. It's downloadable. It is a self-paced program, and it's a journal and meditation. So this one I really love because I'm actually giving it away for free right now. So, like for the next couple of months, I think 90 days is what me and my team came up with. We're going to be just gifting it to the world because the world needs this. And I am, I just want more people to have access to it because I know it is going to be a blessing. And so, this is me. I like to give my blessings out to the world because I know that I will receive it back with interest. That's it.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Kathy, for
Mhm.
sharing more deeper about your whole 2025 planning and how it's gonna be if people wanna, come back
Yeah.
and see. For the people listening to this, for the people, someone listening to this and wanna reach out to you, what is gonna be the best place for them to connect with you and where you are available and get back to you, get back to them, what's gonna be the best place?
Yeah, so you can go to my website. It's chakraguru.org, CHAKRA guru, GURU.org. And you'll find the free downloadable sacred sobriety 40-day challenge is going to be there for you to download for free. And it will also have a list of all my classes that are coming up. Where I'm right now, I'm in the middle of an angel healing class that will be available pretty soon for you to just do a self-paced class on archangel healing. So go there, you'll be able to connect with me. We can do a 15-minute call and just see if what I do resonates with what you're looking for. So yeah, so visit me on my website. I'd love to see you, and I'd love you to be part of the growing community of spiritual healers and entrepreneurs who are making the change in the world. And remember what Gandhi said: be the change that you want to see in the world. This is not only good advice, it is a spiritual, universal law.
Thank you so much, Kathy, for sharing all the deeper knowledge, all your experience, giving us a backstory of you. It was lovely, lovely talking to you. And I have got a lot of, insights from this. So I'm gonna, keep learning and be connected with you. And for the people watching this, I'm 100% sure they have got a lot of value. They're gonna jump back and have some connects with you. Thank you so much for showing on the
Perfect.
show.
Thank you. Namaste, my friend.